Hello and welcome to today's and the first daily vlog. So, daily vlog, does that sound silly? Daily update, I don't know, call it what you want. But the reason I've decided to do this way, and I don't know why I've decided to sit on the floor, but the reason I've decided to do this way is the episodes are still going to come, so they'll still be there, they'll be part of that playlist. This will be a separate playlist. So if you want to follow along daily, I'll tell you a bit more about how that's going to work later. But if you subscribe to this playlist, there should be more days than not a daily update. The plan's to do one every day. The reason being, my current situation and the title of this update, I need to get used to saying update and not episode, is I've kind of overstayed my welcome, and I mean that not in a like, I think of the good word, not in a bad way. Like especially the boss of the port has been super helpful while I've been here, and obviously this has all gone on a lot longer than it was meant to. And yesterday when I went in there, it was a bit of a strange situation, and there'll be more on it when this episode comes out during the time. But to cut a long story short, because I want to keep these updates pretty quick, because nobody wants to watch me for 40 minutes every night, I'm sure. So not even my own mum. Why have I said that? She doesn't watch anyway, I don't think. But anyway, back to the point. Yeah, I'd keep them quite quick, so these updates won't be me, won't be watching me fixing anything. But what it will make me be able to do is show you the bits I'm working on while I'm working on them. And going forward, to be honest, I'd like to have just a daily update anyway. The algorithm probably won't like it, but the algorithm, like, we've been doing this over a year, the algorithm sometimes isn't very kind anyway. So yeah, balls to the algorithm. This video the YouTube police are going to shut it down. But yeah, what it'll mean is if I premiere the YouTube daily update every night at the same time, I'll be sat watching too, or even people who watch in the comment can put in the comments if they notice anything that might be able to help me. So to put all them bits I've just said in a jumble all together is, obviously a lot of you know I'm on the new boat now. Next to me is my old boat. Still have a rat/mouse problem in there, so working on that. And the engine up to this point wouldn't start. I then got it to start and then it wouldn't stop, and I don't know if that video will have made it on yet. Probably end up just, if it's not putting it on, it was just a video of me explaining what was happening with the engine. If that hasn't gone on, I'll explain more briefly and probably in better detail in this episode anyway, so we'll see what happens with that. And I don't have any time and I've got to get out of here. So yeah, firstly, do you want a little look around the boat, because you've not seen it yet? It's the same as my old boat, just in better condition. But I'll show you around now, because actually it's really quite clean at the minute. So the deck's a mess, it needs painting, sanding, blah blah blah, loads doing. But if we come inside, you'll see that we are reasonably in good condition. It is the same boat. You remember on my old boat, I painted these, regretted it, painted all the bathroom, regretted it, etc, etc, etc. So I will do a full boat tour on an episode, but just to give you a quick rundown, I have already moved all of my things onto the new boat. I have this new table on this one, which is, well, it's not a new table, but it's different to mine. Mine just had a single part. This one opens up and it's quite good, especially when I come to doing boat trips, to be able to have all of my stuff shut down there and the table will be open for use. And post-it notes are rubbish, aren't they? They don't stick, but I've got all of my little jobs on here, so that's good. Close that for now. yeah, I added a little hole here so the wires can run through, and I'll get onto electrics in a few minutes. So in the beginning, I was sleeping in the V-berth because I always feel like it's a bedroom in it. So, but my knee, I just end up, I do fit straight down, but in the night I end up like in a baby position, whatever that's called, and my knee a few nights in a row woke me up aching. So, washing out of the way, I've set this up as an easier to come in and get what I need sort of shed, I guess. And I only did this yesterday, so we'll see how I get on with that. But we've now got an organised toolbox rather than a big red bag. And I'm trying to be quite good at making sure all the tools go back in. So there's nothing worse than starting a job and you had a tool and then you don't know where it's gone. Same with the spanners. They did get left outside on the other boat, so they're a bit rusty, but they work. Got paint ready for the deck over here. More on that in the actual episode to explain why we have platinum paint rather than white paint, but that's not for this update. But yeah, V-berth is actually in good condition. Like when these are down and stuff, it's quite nice. The wood, as I've said, is in good condition, so that's that. In here is in good condition. I am in the upcoming days going to varnish this before I end up scratching it and stuff, so I've got some varnish ready. I was meant to get outdoor varnish and I got indoor varnish, so I may as well use it, but on a sale. Hence why I've got platinum paint, may as well just tell you. Back into here, you can just see, you know, that's not mine, but it's covering, you know, they glued it to the wall or something. So, and you can see too how much the sun has faded the wood. But the wood's in good condition. I don't mind having to have something to cover that. This doesn't actually cover this, but something can cover that. But the rest of it, let me know if you agree, is in a lot nicer condition than my other one. Curtains, I don't like them. I think I'm going to bring the blinds from the other boat. Maybe if I spend a bit of time to make them work, but I don't have the patience for that. The plexiglass on the outside's cracked like my other one. It might be that one day I change it, but for now it's not important. Everything's in its place a bit better than in the other one. Like, I have my oven in the other boat just here, and I've decided I'm just keeping that. Again, maybe one day we'll buy a smaller oven that fits in there properly, but the oven I got didn't fit in there. Ends up going there. This was a waste of space, and all of this was in the process of getting redone, which I now don't have to do, which is good, because this one's, and again the wood here, I'm probably just going to varnish, expose wine. Good job I'm not pretending I were drinking wine or anything in it, but yeah, I'm going to varnish them while they're in reasonable condition, because I don't want to go through that process again of stripping the veneer off. And then regarding the floor, it's got a weak spot in the same place mine, so that's going to get bolted onto there. I'm going to get another one for the other side, because there's potential weak spot there, and then all of that will get sanded, and we'll see how it comes up when it's sanded. But it might end up that I try do veneer it, because it's gonna look better than all the wood matches. Do you know what I mean? The steps I've started just because I had them off the other day while I was in the engine compartment, and I may as well, while I've got electricity during the day, keep the batteries going. I've like a Ryobi Hoover down there. Did spend a bit of money on tools, but we have really invested all the money I had. Actually, well, I am in the mines, so need to get over to Cannes. I have in the last month actually lost money on people wanting to book boat trips and me not being there. But you know, this all took a lot longer than I anticipated. And you may have noticed I'm not at work anymore. That will be in the episodes, whatever. I won't go into great detail about it. But the current situation I've got with the port telling me I need to leave was, you know, if I was up at work anyway, you know, if I can go within the next week, I'll go on good terms. And if I was at work not able to get down here, I'd be causing bad terms, wouldn't I? So we'll see if we can get out of here. That's another reason why I wanted to do these daily updates. Right. First I'll tell you the good news, shall I? So, things I've done since I got here. Spent days clearing all the rubbish out from this boat and moving my stuff over to it. I then, these daily updates probably aren't going to be perfectly edited videos, not that the rest of them are either, but just doing that. I don't know. I will see. Clean the sink before I show you. But come on, it's not like I've got buckets of washing up. It's just the breakfast things and the coffee from the percolator or whatever it's called, mock pot. But we added a water tank from my boat, and have we run out of water? It does it sometimes, it's just slow coming through. It works because I've been using it, and you've got this foot pump down here. I'm happy with that. Like, the other one worked for a bit and then both electric pumps stopped working, and it's expensive. These pumps are expensive, but I've got one, and then I think that one is for this sink, but I've not done that one yet, and it's not urgent at the minute. So yeah, that's the first thing I did, and then I got onto electrics. So the world's worst solar panel mount. I don't know if we've got to the part in the videos yet. I think we did. What I'm gonna do with the solar mount and how I'm gonna do it, but that's something I can do when I'm out at anchor, not now when I need to get out of here. So, but the solar panels are working, and I am happy to announce, I'll give you the live reading, because a big upgrade I have made so far is after me slagging off, and I think I was right to slag off when I did slag off my Victron Connect that I had on the other boat, and then the crappy wiring, the flimsy wiring, the flimsy connector where part of it went to part of it that broke really easily, and then the whole thing just didn't work anymore. And I then had the MPPT, is it, charge controller? The MPPT charge controller, and I had a 70 by 10 one, 70 10 one, I don't know what the two things are, but anyway, and with that it wasn't a Bluetooth one, and I accidentally took out a little thing that looked like a piece of film, and then it didn't work anymore. And then since, I've just had a really knockoff cheap charge controller, and it was doing what it was meant to do. It was turning stuff off when the battery got a little bit low, but I think it was turning it off when it got not as low as it's meant to go. So it was bugging me because I had two 70 amp hour batteries wired in parallel, wondering why I can't have the lights on a night time. And if you remember in the videos before I got stuck here, one solar panel and one battery was a recent upgrade. So what I've got to remember sometimes is I'm going through quite a lot of cycles. While I was in the port during the winter, months have passed of, you know, me using the battery cycles every night, basically. So yeah, I expect they're not I was expecting there was a good chance I was going to have to replace both batteries, but I wanted to upgrade to the MPPT, give it a second chance, and I bought the bigger one because eventually the plan is to maybe have one more solar panel out there, and I think I probably need double the battery capacity I've got. In the daytime, and this is the good news, you just maybe heard the inverter fan go off, and I'll show you the wiring before the end of this, what was meant to be a quick update but probably isn't. It's the first one, the others should be quicker. Hopefully you can see this. So you can see the battery's full, and the battery's full. We've got 14.29 volts. That's a healthy battery. And the current of the battery, it's roughly staying around about where the current coming in from the solar panel is. So we've got a full battery, and my laptop's on charge. I think, no, my phone's not on charge anymore. The GoPro was charging before. You know, so during the day, there's probably a bit more we could go at off what we've got. The issue is that then on the night time, as soon as the sun goes, doesn't last. It's as though, like, let's have a look at the other good thing on here is I can click history and it'll show me daily what came in and out. So one of the days we got 540 watt hours. I can't remember how you do the maths to work out what that is in amp hours. And the solar panels actually need cleaning. I hadn't had to worry about it because at the end of the day the batteries have been full. And if I can use things now throughout the day as I like, and it's still topping up. It's using 88 watts and there's 200 watts of solar up there, so you know it's using what it needs to keep the battery full. If I had a few more things on charge now, I reckon we'd be okay. Which brings me on to the other upgrade. Voila. So I've wanted one of these for ages. I didn't get the biggest one, the bigger one. Maybe the bigger one would have been better, but you know, we've got. If I'd got the bigger one, probably wouldn't have been eating for the rest of the month. So we've got what we got. So far, it's working quite well. The only issue I'm having, it's not charging off the inverter. Going forward with that, you can get a separate solar panel for it. So I will. It takes about 6 hours during the day for it to fully charge off solar. All it takes 1 hour, and I've tested it to charge off mains, and it gives you. Maybe it was 250 watt hours, I can't remember exactly what it was. But it's the Eco River Flow, and I'm already certain, because I won't spend ages editing these, that I won't have found that out. But it's the Eco Flow River 2, that's what it is. So, I don't know why it's not charging off the inverter. After I've bought it, I've seen loads of other people who've had charging problems, but it is charging off the mains. And what it allows me to do on the night time, and so far I've had sufficient amount, is charge the GoPro, charge my phone, and I'm finding with a laptop, if I can make sure it's fully charged going into the night, it takes about no more than 50 watts then while I'm using it, or 50 watt hours, hard to, confusing electric, can't it? While I'm using it, and I'm finding out, you know, I've got a good four hours of being able to use the laptop. Not necessarily if I'm editing videos, but I try to do that then in the day, or going forward I'll try to do that in the day while I've got the sun. So yeah, that's the electrics explained, and I guess I'll give you a quick look, and it's probably now not going to be much else I tell you in this other than the electrics, but I'll show you running the other day. But basically what it's doing is when it starts and the lever is in, that lever, that should be how it runs, and then when you pull the lever out, that should stop the engine. When I'm pulling the lever out, it is slowing it down a little bit, but it's almost slowing it down to like the idling speed it's meant to be at. It's really weird, because then when the handle's all the way in, it's like a runaway engine. It's going really, really quick. So I've put in a few Facebook groups, and I've had a few different answers, but as you can imagine, people suggesting different things, and I'm now in a position to start changing like fuel lift pumps, and then it not be the fuel lift pump. So if you've got any ideas, let me know. And if you'd like to follow along these daily updates, tomorrow I'll let you know how I got on today with the engine, etc, etc, and they'll be in real time. And yeah, I've got to get out of here quick, so just realised I probably sat directly in the sun. Probably can't see. Yeah, if you want to follow along, I'll premiere them hopefully at the same time every evening, and then if there's a few people there who, you know, can talk through what's going on. And if you'd like to, I am also Sailingyorkshireman on Facebook. Don't like Facebook, but I use it because I use it mainly to sell boat trips, but I do have one for this YouTube channel too, so feel free, if you don't want to put in the comments, to message me on there or whatever if you've got any ideas what could be the problem with the engine. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow. And as I say, the real life episodes will keep coming, but I'm not in a position now where I can catch them up, and it just make more sense to put these out there and it be, I don't know, I guess a two-way thing. Does that make sense? Where, you know, I know people watch YouTube and like to, oh, I know how to fix that, and if I'm going to be a month behind, well, then I might not get out of here, because I'm sure a lot of you know more about engines than I do and boats than I do. So I'm all ears, and I'll see you next time. And I'll just add, other than the fact I am in a massive rush to get out of here, it feels good to be back on the boat with a GoPro in my hand and getting back to doing this. And as you can see, it's a fairly nice boat, and a full boat tour will be coming soon. So see you next time. Thanks for watching, and all the usual stuff, like, share, blah blah blah.